So, of all platforms, why TikTok Shop, you may ask? So, the main reason being is because with TikTok at the moment, it's one of the most used platforms, and it's probably one of the best platforms for impulse buying. So, what I mean by that is when you've got a website, for example, like Shop, if you're using Shopify for drop shipping, what you're having to do at the moment is to get traffic to that website and to get customers and to get people to buy your products, you've kind of got no choice but to, I mean, by all means, you can start a TikTok account and you can use that account to try and drive traffic to a website. But then you have to go through the hassle of, signing up for a business account on TikTok so you can get your URL into your link in your bio, um, which you can't do unless you've got a registered business. And if you don't have a registered business, to be able to put a link in your bio, you have to have, I think it's around about sort of 1,000 followers. And on TikTok Shop, it can be quite difficult to, on TikTok, in general, it can be quite difficult to get to that milestone unless you're posting, often. And if you're trying to run a business where you're selling stuff on a website, it can be quite difficult to get to that, and it can take quite a bit of time. Um, but if you're running a website, you're then having to create videos, and you're having to sort of say the call to action is, oh, click the link in my bio, go to the website, and maybe you'll get a sale. It's just too many steps for people to follow, and 9 times out of 10, most people are not actually going to follow through with a sale because they're just going through to a website that they've never been to before. They've never heard of your business name, and it's quite a long road to go down. I've done it myself. I did it before COVID. I was running my own clothing brand, and it was I did see success, but the marketing and the sales side of it, I had to put so much effort and time into it. It was ridiculous just to get a few sales. So with TikTok Shop, that it kind of takes that away. It takes away that need for having a website. So you don't need customers to go to your website or click your link in your bio. You know, all you have to do is essentially create videos, and if they're good enough to make people want to actually, click on that product and buy that product, they can buy that product directly from that video. They can click the link that you've added to the video in the captions area, and it will take them directly to your shop. And if they want to buy it, they can literally buy it there and then. So it's literally probably like a two-step process, and that's why TikTok Shop at the moment is one of the biggest e-commerce platforms, and it's only getting bigger and bigger. There are more brands signing up every day. There are more TikTok Shop owners because they're seeing they're seeing the results of other stores. I will create some I'll pop some screenshots in the resources at the bottom of this section just so you can see some examples of some TikTok shops that are just doing so great at the moment on TikTok Shop. They've seen most of their success through there. And they also, when you sign up with a TikTok Shop, you also get automatic access to the live feature. So similar to YouTube, you can go live and you can stream a bit like Twitch. You can do live and stream, but with TikTok Shop. So one of the things we will talk about in this course is creating like a live studio where you order some of the products from the supplier. You can have them at home that are matching the type of products you want to sell. Order them to your house, or order them to wherever you're going to be doing it from, and just get on a live and just talk about the products. There are so many people making so much money by doing this. I've done it myself. It's an absolute great way of just getting people to buy straight away. It's what we call impulse buying. It's where people will see something and it will be, oh yeah, I could do with one of them, or I need that. And it also creates an opportunity for people to buy stuff that they probably didn't even need or want, until they watched the video that has that link to that product. So, how many times have we been scrolling on TikTok? We've been flicking through and we've saw that like this like cool product or something that looks quite cool, and we thought, oh yeah, we'll get that, we'll buy that. And you've done it straight away there and then without even thinking twice about it. The less time the customer has to think about it, the more likely they are to buy. So the other great benefits of TikTok Shop is the growth center. Now, the growth center is one of my favorite things with when you're first starting out. This here is absolutely fantastic. As you can see, what happens is they give you missions. And once you've completed the missions, you'll get these vouchers that they'll give you that you can offer your customers to get money off. So what happened, these vouchers, TikTok Shop will actually cover that money that's in that voucher. So when a customer, say for this offer here, buyers will get £3 off on orders over £15. So when someone goes on my store and buys a product, they're going to get £3 off an item that's more than 15, worth more than £15. But that £3 they get off, that customer gets off, TikTok Shop will cover that. So you're not actually having to provide that £3. They're not getting £3 off it. TikTok Shop are covering that for you. So this is why success on TikTok Shop is insane. You know, it's one of the reasons why it's so good. The one thing you do get, which I can't show you on here because I've already completed it, is what they call a incubation center. So the incubation center is something you get when you first sign up. What I'll probably do later in the course, I'll probably create a bogus TikTok Shop account just so I can show you that, because it is absolutely fantastic. It gives you a bunch of small milestone missions, and once you complete each mission, you'll get vouchers that you can offer your customers. You'll get promote vouchers, so you can promote your videos absolutely free because TikTok Shop will provide you with the vouchers for free. I'll sort of talk about later on in the course how you can actually utilize them vouchers, because I made a bit of a mistake with especially the promote vouchers. I should have waited until I had more content, but I'll explain that in a later video. And that's why we're here, so I could talk about my own mistakes, and hopefully you guys don't make the same, and you maybe even get more success than I did. That's the whole point of this. So I'm coughing because I'm talking too much as usual. And they also provide what they call campaigns. So throughout each year, you'll get access to their campaigns. Now, some of these are invitation only. So as an example here, I was invited and to take part in the summer sale campaign, which runs this summer. As you can see here, runs from the 24th to the 6th to the 30th to the 6th. Basically throughout June, you'll get these campaigns are essentially what you will take part in, and you'll add your products. You'll set your own discount of what you want TikTok Shop to offer as part of the campaigns, and then you'll get extra promotion and visits to your products and click-through rates to your shop that are basically created by TikTok Shop. So TikTok Shop will basically drive traffic to your shop without you really having to do anything other than just making sure you're registering your products. So essentially, this is something that is going to be an absolute game changer, because these TikTok Shop are basically putting you through. They're basically essentially giving you free traffic without you having to pay for ads, without you having to do any of that sort of nonsense. It's going to cost you a fortune to get started. So absolutely great, guys. That's a couple of the features. It's the reason why I think TikTok Shop is the way forward and why you should be taking advantage. At the moment, there are a lot of companies that are not on here. We saw it with Etsy. A few Etsy stores were going crazy, then loads of people signed up, and then it become a little bit saturated. It's become harder and harder to become successful on Etsy. Whereas TikTok Shop, it's still in the phase where not a lot of people are still skeptical, and because of their approved courier list as well, which is something I am going to talk more in depth about later on in the course, it is a little bit of a barrier for a lot of businesses to get started on TikTok Shop. So it does create more of an opportunity for people like us who are in this course, who have the know-how and how to get around that in order to actually see success. Because there's going to be shops that could probably, loads of shops around the UK that could probably use TikTok Shop, but they can't because there's certain criteria they don't meet. But we'll talk about that later on in the course. And follow me into the next module.